This is MarloomZ Creations, and today I'm going to show you how to create this Hershey kiss on your rainbow loom. For today you will need your rainbow loom, your hook, and your loom needs to be set up in the staggered configuration, and you will need to choose the color of your Hershey kiss guy, and today I'm going to be making the gray one. So for today you will need 34 gray bands, and I use Rainbow Loom's light gray bands. So you need 34 of those. You will also need brown for his arm and legs, and those you need 16. You will also need white bands, about 19 to 20 white bands, and then you will need 2 blue bands for the eyes and 1 red band for the mouth. So you need 34 gray, 16 brown, 19 or 20 white, 2 light blue for the eyes, and a red for his mouth, and also an S-clip to secure the mouth on in the back. So gather your supplies and then we will begin. We're going to begin by making the Hershey Kisses arms and legs. So gather a few brown bands, and we are going to grab a single band and go down our loom and wrap that one around twice. And we're going to do that 4 times. So you're just taking a single and wrapping around itself, and we're doing that 4 times. And then on these 2, we're grabbing 2 white bands, so it's 2 bands now, and placing it on these 2 pegs, and then a single band and wrapping that around 4 times. And that is one leg. You can repeat that 3 more times, and that will make the other leg and the 2 arms. They're all the same. So again, we'll do it again. It's a single brown, wrap it around, these are all single bands wrapped around itself, and that's going down 4 times. And then on this peg, you grab 2 white bands and just place it from here to here, and then another single. So we put 2 bands here that are white, and then a single, and wrap that around 4 times. So now you need to make 2 more of these, and that will be for the arms or legs. Make the rest, and then I will show you the next step. Made 4 sets of the arms and legs, you're going to loop it. Take your hook and push back the capping band and bring the 2 white bands forward to the peg above, and then grab the brown band and bring it forward. Grab this brown band and now we have looped this one together. You're going to do the same thing with this one, and this one. I'm not going to loop 4 with you. You should know now because I showed you this one. And now loop these, and I will show you the next step. I have a spare hook. If you do not, then you can remove, once you have looped it, you can remove it from your loom, and you can use the very last peg to hold your arms and legs, because if you place it down, it will come undone. So I'm going to make sure that I grab the entire circle and place it on the last peg. You could do it on this one too. We're not going to be using, actually do it on this one because we're going to need this row in the end. So just remove them. And place it on this one, and then the other one. And those are his arms and legs. Now we can begin by making the extension for his cheek. You're going to take double gray bands and you're going to just go down 2 times. It doesn't matter where in your loom, just go down 2 times using double, so 2 bands here and then 2 bands here. Then take a single and wrap it around this peg only 3 times. And then you're going to loop that, push back the capping, grab the bottom 2 and loop that forward. And that's 1 extension. And you're going to do that again. You can take this and you can place it to the side, it's okay. So you're going to do that again. Grab double gray bands and go down twice. And then take a single and wrap it around only 3 times. And then you're looping those and removing it. And if you have a spare hook, you can leave it on there, or you can just take it off carefully and place it to the side. Now we are going to begin making the actual Hershey kiss. You're going to use your gray bands, or the color that you chose for your Hershey, but I'm using gray. And you're going to grab 3 gray bands and place it from here to here. So this is 3 gray bands, and then you're going to do that again. Grab another 3 and place it from here to here. So it's on the first and second peg, we have 3 bands. Now we're switching to just double, so that's 2 gray bands from here to here, from the middle to the outer peg, and then from the middle again to this outer peg. So this is what it should look like so far. And then using double, I'm going to go down 1, 2, and 3, and on the other side as well. We went down 1, 2, 3, and we're doing that on the other side. And then on this one, on the one that we placed, the third one, we're going from this middle peg to the outer. And this one as well, from the middle to the outer peg. And now just fill in the middle with the gray bands. And so that's what it should look like so far, like that. And now we can add the cheek extension. Grab your extension that you created, and you're going to place it on the second peg. So it's the 4th one from the top. You went down 4 and placed the extension. Then you're taking your hook and placing it through these 3 loops, pulling it, and placing it on this peg right here. So we pulled it from this peg and placed it on this one. And now we're doing that again on the other side. So on this peg right here, place the extension, grab your hook, place it through those 3 loops, pull on it, and place it on this peg right here, the very bottom peg. Take your extension and pull it to the outside. Make sure it's on the outside. Now you can grab one of your arms and legs. Make sure that you pull on it and then take your hook and put it through so that you grabs all the loops, and place one of your, I put my finger through it, so I make sure I have all the loops, and place one of them on here. Do that again. Place one of them on the last peg. Then do the other two. And they will be placed on this second peg, the same where we place the extension. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, the fourth one down, and the same across. Now you're going to grab 2 blue bands, and we're going to create the eyes, and then grab a single gray band. Take your blue band and wrap it around your hook 4 times, and then do that again. So we wrapped it around 4 times, and then grab a single gray and transfer those blue bands onto that gray. And what I do is I just pinch them and pull them over. And now you're placing the eyes on this peg right here. And that's, again, the fourth one down. Separate the eyes and bring them one all the way to the left and one all the way to the right. And then take your hook and open up that space like that and place the top loop on this peg above. And so that's what your eye should look like right now. And this is what yours should look like so far. Now we are going to make the wrapper of the Hershey Kiss. Grab your white bands, and you are going to grab a single band and go down 6 times. So grab a single and wrap it around itself. Again, that's the second and the third. This is just a single band and wrapping it around itself. This is the fourth one. And the sixth. And then on this one, try to wrap it around 5 times if you can. If your bands are too tight and can only go around 4, that's fine. I'm going to do 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to take my hook, push back those capping bands, and loop everything forward. Just grabbing the bottom bands and looping them forward. Pull it off, and then take your loom and the very top peg. You're going to place the loop on that top peg, like this. And that's what it should look like. And now we are just going to place the triangle band, and then we are finished. So grab a single gray band and place it from here to here. And then we can begin to loop. Your hook, and you're going to reach in where the leg and the cheek extension is. And then there's these bands. This is the bottom 2 gray. You're not grabbing those. You're going to be grabbing these. So you're placing your hook and grabbing the, make sure you're not grabbing the bottom 2 gray bands. You're grabbing the second set of gray bands. So not the first set here, but the second. So take your hook, push back the brown bands and the first set, and grab just the second set of 2 bands and bring that forward and to this peg right here. Okay, I know I just told you to bring this forward. I want you to take your hook and place your hook through that band. Take it off and place it through here. I just realized that it matters the order that we place the bands in the middle. You're going to just remove this gray band and let it hang. It's okay. And then these two side bands. And you're probably freaking out right now, but I promise you everything will be okay. And then you're going to, you can remove the hook slowly, grab this middle band, and this one should have been placed first. So the middle band is placed first, then you can replace the two corner ones. And then that's it. And now this loop that we took from the leg, this was from in here, you can now return that. And then we're going to reach in here, and again we're reaching for the second set of gray bands. There's a first, a second, and the third. We're reaching for the second set. So I'm going to work upside down to show you. And we're grabbing I don't know why I can't do this. So I'm grabbing this set right here, and I'm bringing it to the middle peg. And then there should be a remaining gray band on the bottom. And then that one, you reach in and grab the bottom two. So we're reaching in to grab these bands, the bottom two right here, and those go forward. And the same on this side. Reach in, not this gray band, not the you should see two sets. You're pushing back the first set also, and you're reaching in only for the bottom two, and you're bringing that forward. And now we're reaching in this part right here. And this is why it was important that we switch the order, because we need to push back those bands and grab the bottom two. And then that goes forward. Then we can loop this one forward and this one forward. So we looped the whole middle. Now we're going to go back to this peg right here, and we're aiming just for the bottom two. And we're bringing that forward. The same here, but you're making sure you push back this triangle band, and then reaching for the bottom two gray bands and bringing that forward. And then we're reaching into the peg that has his arm, and you're pushing every band back and just pulling the two gray bands forward. If it's tight, you can take your your hook, and place it in a circular motion and release that. Take your hook and then push back everything and just reach for the bottom two gray. And see, that was a little tight for me, so I can take my hook and I can go around in a circle and I release that. And now we're going to grab these two bands and bring it here, and these two bands. And I grab too many. Do that over. What did I do here? Reaching in here and grabbing the bottom two and placing it to the middle peg. And then you're reaching in here and pushing back every band except for the bottom three gray bands. Bringing that forward. Then these gray bands, bringing that forward. Then grab a single gray band. Place your hook through here, through all these bands. Grab a single, pull it through, pull the wrapper up, and take your hook and go through the wrapper, through the holes. Grab the gray band and pull the gray band through all those white bands, and then make a slip knot. And then pull. And see, mine just broke, so I'm doing that over. Grab another gray band, pull it through, Pull this through all the bands. Go through the white bands, grab the gray and pull it through. And then create your slip knot and don't pull too hard. And we'll try that over. And now you can take your Hershey Kiss off of your loom. You take the back of your hook and you go peg by peg and just go slowly. And just fiddle with it. Some bands can be loose. This is your Hershey Kiss guy. Adjust the wrapper. That gray band, you can hide that in the back later on. And as far as his mouth, what I did was I took a red band and I placed my hook through this loop and pulled it through. Then I went back through the back and grabbed the other red band, and then I just S-clipped that. So let me just get my S-clip, or you can do a C-clip, it doesn't matter. And just and that is your Hershey Kiss. As far as this gray band, again, like I said, you can just hide that in the back. You can thread it through the back, and that is your Hershey Kiss guy. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please subscribe.